asparagus.
Oh.
Now you know. And it was a clip from The Cook, the Thief, his wife and her lover, which is a sumptuous film by Peter Greenaway on Channel 4 at 10:30 tonight. And I think that's rather unmissable if it's got asparagus in it. I always like to see any film starring asparagus. Now, I am on the bed now with a man who is to rugby what Gary Lineker is to football.
Yes, indeed.
Are you so nice?
I don't know.
I thought you were a bit of a bad boy.
I don't know about that.
Oh. And he never gives interviews, but he has interrupted very specially just for us his Tuesday training session where he flexes every part of his body and throws one of those medicine balls up with one finger. To join me on the bed, it's Leeds' very own Ellery Hanley. Are you all right this morning? You can tell they're all rugby fanatics.
Absolutely.
Now, why do you never do interviews?
Well, basically, I've had a rough deal in the past, and I think that journalists and the media, they've rubbed me up the wrong way, and what they've done, they've interfered with my private life, and then they've come on and tried to interview me then, maybe the next week, and asked me about a rugby league match or a particular match what I might be playing in. And I think that's pretty unfair and injustice, really. I think if you're going to be straight down the line, you know, you shouldn't do one and then try to do the other.
So have you had them in your bushes?
Absolutely. I've had cameramen in the bushes, and I've had journalists snooping around, and, you know, and I just won't put up with it.
I don't blame you. Did you always want to be a rugby player, though? You used to want to be a footballer, didn't you?
That's right. I wanted to be a football player, but basically, when I was younger, I got offered a contract to play rugby league, and it was basically to do with money, really. I got offered more money when I was a young kid, so I decided to take up the opportunity and play rugby league.
Didn't it worry your mother? I always think it must be terrible for mothers when they watch their sons play rugby.
My mother never used to like actually coming to watch any rugby league game, basically because it's such a physical, high-contact sport that she always thought I would get injured and she didn't want to be there. And so I always used to just hop along and just go along to training and then play the matches and come home. And successfully, you know, I haven't had anything too seriously wrong with me.
Well, you have. You've had horrible things.
Well, I've had the broken odd bones and so forth.
Which bones?
Well, my jaw, my knee. But the thing is, they've all repaired, and, you know, and I've been able to get back on the field, so it hasn't been too badly.
When people are playing rugby, it always seems, whenever I've watched it, that one person seems to really get it in the neck more than others. Well, do you decide beforehand? No, but do you think, well, he's a good runner, we'll give him a good thump?
Well, sometimes what happens, you find that we'll analyse the opposition, and if there's a weak player in the opposition side, what will happen is that we may single out that player. I've had the treatment myself when I was younger. It's a process most players go through. If you're just coming into the game and players feel that you're a weak link in the side, you'll be attacked, and I don't.
That must be awful.
You know, that's one of the factors about rugby league. You know, and you've got to be brave and you've got to get strong.
What happens when you all bend over together? What does happen? I've often thought, what is the point of that particular rugby move?
Well, actually, it's called a scrum, and we have a. I'm not sure you'll be interested in that, Paula, but
now,
although you might like to put the ball in the middle, I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
When you were you surprised when you got your MBE?
Absolutely. I was astonished, and it was flattering. But, you know, even up till now today, you know, I have to thank the players I've played with, and it was something what I really enjoyed. It was one of the highlights of my life and my career. And I think that I'll never, ever forget that. I mean, actually meeting the Queen and going to Buckingham Palace, it was never something I actually thought I'd actually do in my lifetime.
Does she know much about rugby league?
Well, I think she'd been briefed, like you probably, Paula, on rugby league. But she seemed to know that at the time when I did collect my MBA, I was playing for Wigan. She knew that Wigan won most of the games. She'd actually seen some rugby league games, and she knew a couple of the players when I spoke to her briefly.
Cool. That's very impressive. Now, what are your hobbies when you're not playing? What do you do?
Well, I'm a fanatic about chess. As I said, as I was coming down here and I was speaking to Greg, I asked him if he wanted to give me chess, and he's forgotten to bring his chess set conveniently, I think. And but I actually like playing pool as well. And
do you play with other players? I mean, is it hard to be friends with the other players after you've just had such a sort of rough game, and then you want to be mates afterwards?
A good example is that Sean Edwards, who plays for Wigan, He's a very good friend of mine, along with Martin Afire as well, and so forth. And we're all extremely very good friends off the field. But once you're on the field, it's war, and you take no prisoners. And it's a case of if you have a disgruntled with the player on the field, you don't carry it off the field. You're all good friends. And Sean and myself, I think, in the last sort of 3 games, we've been sent off 3 times together. But
For being so nice to each other.
Yeah, but you know, afterwards we have a laugh and a joke, and we have a cup of tea afterwards.
Now I have to ask you finally before you leave the bed, because I know everyone will want to know. Do you have a girlfriend?
Well, we'll
Do you? Is that very beautiful girl that's in the other room your girlfriend?
That is correct. Yeah, she is.
Ooh. She's very gorgeous. Well, it's been fantastic to find out even more than I already knew about rugby.
Good.
Thank you so much for
nice
coming on the
meeting you as well,
Thank you. And now it's time to go over to Peter Smith with the Big Breakfast News and weather.
Closing headlines. A multi-million-dollar settlement is likely today between Michael Jackson and the boy who accused him of abuse. Jacko is expected to pay out after the teenager's dad was cleared of trying to blackmail him. Labour is trying to win over Tory backbenchers as MPs debate VAT on fuel bills. Conservatives like Sir Rhodes Boyson fear voters won't put up with high taxes at the next election. Council chiefs will announce today whether they're suspending the head teacher who stopped pupils seeing the ballet Romeo and Juliet. Hackney head Jane Brown apologised for claiming the ballet was too heterosexual. And now the weather, windy and showery, clearing from the south. Temperatures around 7 centigrade, 45 Fahrenheit. Rain is very likely everywhere today. And news happening later. Former GCHQ workers demand an end to the trade union ban. Security experts give advice on ways to prevent shop crime. And protesters launch a petition to stop post office closures. That's it from us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Here we are in the bathroom. Thank you very much to all.
Your voice is so gorgeous now.
It's nearly gone, but it hasn't gone bad.
You sound like Amy MacDonald.
All our guests. To our box of robots, we'll more from them tomorrow. Who else? To Ellery Hanley. Where is he? Hi, Ellery. Oh, there you are, over there. Oh, hello. Hello, thank you very much. And thank you to you for being here. And as I can say, tomorrow, it's Robin Williams Day. Oh, yes. Yep. It's official. Are you going to say anything?
Very exciting.
I'm a bit nervous.
Why?
Well, we've got to go and meet Robin today to make sure he's all right for tomorrow, haven't we?
Yeah, we do.
We're a bit scared.
Mr. Robin?
We've got to go and meet him at his big hotel.
It's very exciting.
Have a great Tuesday.
Have a great Tuesday.
I'm nervous.
I
I'm a bit nervous myself.
Feel behind my knees.
These men plan to